Have you ever wanted to grow your own food?
Yes.
Gardening is a great skill and hobby to have. It's also one of the first steps to becoming self-sustainable. Today I'm going to teach you how to get your own garden set up. The first step in setting up a garden is to find the right area. The area you're looking for needs to get plenty of sunlight. Plants need 6 hours of sunlight a day minimum in order to grow properly. If this is your house, and this is north, east, south, and west, you kind of want to put your garden where it's open facing towards the east and west so it gets the maximum amount of sunlight, because the more sunlight your plants will get, the better they'll grow, the faster they'll grow, the more they'll produce. You also want to make sure the area that you choose is somewhat drought tolerant. In case of summer with the drought, you won't have to water your plants as much and your plants won't risk dying and shriveling up. Once you get your garden area planned out, the next step is to prep the garden for planting. First step in that is to rid the ground of any grass, weeds, rocks, sticks, anything that's between you and just bare dirt. Once you get the bare dirt there, what you want to do is loosen up the hard ground. Unless there was a garden there previously, it's going to be hard. So you want to loosen up the dirt, that way the roots of the plants will be able to spread out and grow properly. You can make this job easier by using a tool such as a shovel, a rake, or a garden till. Once you get your ground all loosened up and ready, you might want to think about putting some kind of barrier or fence around your garden to help keep animals out or pets. You also might want to put some objects around your garden that reflect the sunlight to deter birds from flying over whatever fence or barrier that you put in and eating all your stuff. Animals can wreak havoc on a garden either by digging up your plants or eating all the produce that you've grown. So you want to prevent that in any way you can. After you've prepped your garden, the next step is to pick what kind of plants are going to go into your garden. When you're picking out your plants, there's two questions you want to have in mind. One, what kind of food would me and my family like to grow to eat? And two, what kind of plants are going to grow well in my climate and environment? When you go to pick out your plants at the store, each plant's going to have a tag in it that's going to tell you, what kind of climate it grows in, what kind of temperatures it needs, the best months to plant them in, and a general growing diagram on how to take care of the plant. Once you've got your plants picked out, time to get them into the ground. First step of getting your plants into the ground. You want to plan out how far apart each plant's going to go in your garden. You want to plan out where your plants are going to be in your garden before you actually plant them. That way you don't run into any issues with space or anything like that. Most plants need about a foot and a half apart from each other in order to be able to spread their root systems and not steal nutrients from other plants. Larger plants, such as pumpkins, get really big. That's because they're taking all the nutrients from the ground, and if you have a pumpkin plant planted a foot and a half away from a tomato plant, your tomato plant's not going to grow at all. It's just going to steal all the food from it. So let's just say these are some tomato plants, and then you want to plant some pumpkins. You should plant your pumpkins a little bit like that, farther apart. Once you've planned out where you're going to plant everything, you want to dig a hole that the root ball will fit into, the root ball of the plant, which is, if this is the plant, the root ball is just basically the roots that are caked in dirt from the container in which you bought it in. You want to dig a hole big enough for that to fit into. Then you put the plant into the ground and cover it back up with dirt, but make sure you don't compact the dirt too tightly around the plant, or else it'll prevent the roots from being able to spread out as they should. And you want your plants to get off to a good start as soon as they get into the ground, because when you transplant plants, the root systems are very sensitive, so they need to basically have it easy to spread. After you've planted your plants, finish it off with a good drink of water and maintain that. Now that you know how to garden or set up your garden, gardening is fun and simple. You're able to provide your family with food that you've grown yourself, and you don't have to worry about any kind of growth chemicals or pesticides that you have no idea what they are. You'll know exactly what's going on to your vegetables. Also, you'll be able to save so much money because you're growing it yourself. You don't have to go out to the grocery store and spend $5 on a little thing of cilantro or something. You just go out to the garden and pick it. So with that being said, I hope you get out there and start getting your garden stuff ready. Make yourself a garden. Grow some food.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Thank you.
Yeah. Encore.
Encore.